We recruited skins in many cities all over the United States that have started up little units.
We did that CBS piece. One of the people that was also interviewed was Tom METZGER. He became aware of us through that news interview and then reached out to one of my roommates, and we ended up forming a chapter of the War Skins here in San Diego. I wasn't personally involved with recruiting military people that much. One of my roommates actually, who was making a lot of contacts on base and doing some recruiting. Obviously, they're careful about it because they don't want to get found out. It's kind of like a dance a little bit. Once you get a person to a point where you think that they're solid, then you make overtures.
People who are in the military are really prime targets for recruitment by these ideological groups, right? So the far right ideology, they want people who have military training, who have specialized weapons training.
Supposedly fitting within that category, which I think is a disparagement of our... Is that your experience, 10%? Active duty forces are somehow extremists, racists?
I am very confident that the number of extremists in my forces is 0.
So this is a problem that's been around a long time. We do not think that there are huge numbers of people in the military who embrace this ideology. The problem is that where it has been embraced, it has not been addressed.
How do I know that it's a problem? Because I was involved with it. I did it. I mean, there are enough instances out there that are public record that point out the fact that, yes, this is a thing. You have to look at the things that METZGER, if you look at the things he was saying that his acolytes should be doing, that's what they're doing. One of the things he especially pushed was for us to find people who were young and with clean records and not bring them into the actual skinhead scene with the dress and the look and everything. Or if they were in it and hadn't gotten in trouble, tell them grow their hair out and then go into police forces and the military and get law degrees.
There's back and forth about how big a problem it is because nobody has hard numbers. And until you collect data, until you're actually consistently across the various parts of the armed forces and across the various services, collecting consistent data, those who say that it's a huge problem and those who say that it's no problem, neither one of them is necessarily correct. I mean, look, you've got the Air Force that discharges people who may be involved in extremism under a term called impermissible behavior. You've got the Army that discharges them for, quote, misconduct. So that's a huge category. Misconduct can include all kinds of other things. What proportion of those people discharged under that code were actually engaged in white supremacist behavior? We don't know.
One thing that had occurred to me recently, and I've been telling people that I think needs to happen, is that there needs to be a system of contact tracing of people who get found out to be active members of white supremacist organizations who are serving in the military and law enforcement. Treat them like a virus, go back and look at their network of people and see who they've infected.